Good evening once more. We're starting tonight, and we're going to be treating soft skills, essential soft skills in business analysis. I remember we treated such topic in project management, but the soft skills needed for business analysis is a bit different from the soft skill needed for project managers. Like in business analysis, a business analyst is a problem solver. You solve problem, you bring about changes. So for that effect, you see, you are not like a leadership, not that leadership position like project manager. The project manager is a leader, a leadership position. But business analyst is more of finding a way to solve problem. That is your core calling in the whole ecosystem, IT ecosystem. A business analyst, your calling is bringing about positive change, solving problems, complex problems, using technologies, using different approaches, techniques. So to do that, you require specific skills such as analytical skill, problem solving skill, communication skill, interpersonal skills, stakeholder. These are a lot of skills you need in order to do your job effectively as a business analyst. Business analyst is a purely consultancy career, and so many of us are not really taking it seriously. Maybe they feel it's a bit technical, but if you understand it very well, it's not that so technical. It's so I enjoy it so much because it's a career path that it opens door. The way you learn to solve problems for organization, if you apply that to your, let's say, your family, you are going to open door for your family. If you apply it to your personal life, we are going to open door for yourself. And that's all about business analysis. So you need a kind of charisma, qualities in order to do that job very well. I want to tell you people a little story about myself before we dive into the skills. I've been working for different organizations. I got job immediately I graduated from university, and I've been working since then, working from one organization to another organization to this and that. But I feel like I've not been given the kind of attention I needed from all these organizations. They've not appreciated me well. I don't feel appreciated due to the kind of dedication I put into what I do. I work so hard. Anything I call, you see, even this course, boot camp, you can never see me coming too late. The highest you see me coming late is that I will come on the time dot. I will always come a few minutes before the time. And this has been me everywhere I walk. And that is it. But you walk, you have to beg to get a rise, to get a promotion, to get anything, even for them to book you for a training. They have to be telling you stories. There's so many courses I don't have to use my personal money to do that. But do you need to start complaining? That is your personal problem. You don't feel valued. Because why don't you feel valued? You have been working for companies, giving your best. So for me, it's a problem to me, and I have to solve that problem. The only way to solve that problem is to start my own company and put in my best for my company, give the best for my company, and stop whining, stop nagging, stop. And that's what I'm doing. And to that effect, I've been creating companies. I've created so many companies, and I'm becoming happy because the effort I put, all the hard work I put, I can stay all day teaching you people, and I'm happy because it's my company. My company is growing. I put in my best. I pour in my spirit and soul in my work. So the point I'm making here is that if you're a good business analyst, that's how the way you solve problems for companies, for people. You have problems. You can solve your own personal problem. I just give you one example of one of the things I've done for myself because I'm a business analyst. It can transform your life. The way you've been transforming organizations, changing them, optimizing them, you can optimize yourself as well. You don't need to start complaining for, Nigeria, president do this, they don't do that, no job, they do. Find a way to make yourself happy. What is that is making you unhappy? You have to remove it away. That's a gap. Anything that makes you happy is a gap in your life. I'm just trying to tell you that business analysis is so wonderful. Why I'm saying this because this is the last course, the last topic we are going to treat in business analysis. I might not have time to tell you about all this again, because after this, we'll be focusing on closing various projects we're working on. So some of you that are not taking business analysis career path seriously, you better start taking it seriously. It's not about rushing to Upwork to make the money we make from Upwork is little change compared to what you can do for yourself when you become a consultant. Like a business analyst is a consultant. That is the highest consultancy career path you can attain globally. No other consultancy, I'm telling you, none. You see all these big companies, KPMG, people are, all these here is a consulting. They're all business analysts and nothing more. All of them, Accenture, Ernst & Young, Deloitte, what are they? Business analysts. And all these big companies, Facebook, Instagram, who is making these companies move from one stage to another stage is the quality of business analysts. They are all business analysts. These are the people that are making them move, transforming them, changing momentum for them. It's nobody else. They are all business analysts. So you have to take business analysis seriously, because even if you don't use it to get a job, where you can use it to identify gaps, and you can use it to create your own business. If you're running a business, you can even apply it in your business. If you have a family, if you have a challenge in your marriage or whatever family, you can even apply business analysis in your family. So that is it. So that's just I want to just use the opportunity to tell you that business analysis is beyond the way we are seeing it, and we should take it seriously. So let's dive to the essential skills that can make you to become a better business analyst. Because understanding technologies are very good, For technologies alone, without skills, you cannot make it. Okay. So effective business analysts possess a diverse set of skills that enable them to bridge the gap between business need and technical solutions. These skills encompasses combination of analytical, communication, technical, interpersonal ability, and so on and so forth. And here are some of the skills we have to look at tonight. We're starting from analytical skills. These analytical skills, the requirement is one of them is a requirement analysis. We have data analysis. We have problem solving. We have process analysis. We have system thinking. They're all analytical skills. So in requirement analysis is the ability to elicit or gather, document, and analyze business requirements. You must have this skill to be able to, understand the business need. So you must be proficiency in using various techniques such as interview, survey, and workshop to gather requirements. So you must know how to interview very well, interview at various levels, one-on-one, group, interviewing group, having workshop. These are some of these skills you require in requirement analysis in order to gather the right requirements. So then we have data analysis. That is the capacity to analyze and interpret complex data. At some point, it's not only data analysts that do data analysis. A business analyst can do some, not complex or high level, but as a business analyst, you should be able to do some data analysis to understand the data you are working on, to find out where the problems, maybe if the company is not growing or the revenues, you must have to understand the range, the level, the percentage of growth or percentage of shrink. So you must have to understand data. Understanding of data modeling and data-driven decision making. So we need to at least have basic understanding of, we can use Excel to understand data. Even Power BI is it's not difficult to understand. These are some of the skills we need when we talk about data analysis. Although most of the time, if we're working in a big organization, anything about data analysis, we have special group of people. You as like in my company, we the business analysts, although some of us can analyze data very well, even more than the data analysts we have, but you need to, work with them to analyze a set of data and things like that. Then have problem-solving skills. These skills is very good in identifying and solving business problems. Problem-solving skill is the main thing that we need to have. We solve problem through, first we must understand this, how to understand the business problem by capturing the requirements and applying various techniques, using techniques like root cause analysis, mainly that's what, or cause and effect. We use root cause analysis to deep down the bottom of every problem. As a business analyst, we don't solve problem at the periphery or at the surface. We have to dig deep or dig at the bottom of every problem we are trying to solve. And problem solving skill, the key to solving a problem is to identify the root cause of that problem. So, and that's it. We apply critical thinking and analytical reasoning, which is root cause analysis. Then process analysis. Expertise in analyzing and modeling business processes. When we have a process, we know what process means. We've done process modeling. We use flow charts or process map to model a process that will help us to understand the process very well. Every process must be broken down bit by bit to understand it as a unit. So we need to understand how to map out processes, breaking processes in smaller units to understand it. So that is what we call process modeling. We use process map and we use a flow chart to do that very well. And after that, we apply gap analysis. In most things we do is all about identifying gap. When you model your process, you should be able to identify gaps, and that gaps becomes the area of improvement and optimization. So these are the skills we desire and understand very well. Then system thinking, understanding of how individual components fit into the large organizational system. Ability to consider the broader impact of the proposed change. So system thinking, once we understand the way we break down our requirement. If you remember the time we created product backlog, we are breaking the backlogs into epic features and then user stories. These are various components of a system. And when we are working or creating all these components, user stories are small units of the big components. So we should be able to understand how to create different components of a system like its software, and then integrate them together or weave them together to become one system. That's called system thinking. So we should be able to understand that, or how we can, when a small part of the big problem is having an issue, we should be able to isolate that, fix it, and put it back. That's part of the business analysis, how to solve a problem. Then we have to treat problem solving skill on its own. You see here we identify problem solving within the analytics, but we have to treat this particular one as a separate entity here, problem solving skills, because everything revolves around these problem-solving skills. We need to understand how these problem-solving skills work in a broader, or in a, this here is in a high level, but we have to look at it here at the low level, at a detailed level. So we have to start by looking at the root cause analysis, which is a component of these problem-solving skills. The root cause analysis is the ability to investigate and identify the underlying causes of business issue. Proficiency in utilizing structured techniques such as 5 whys and fishbone diagram, or root cause and effect. We call it this fishbone diagram, or we call it this 5 whys. 5 whys means here we keep asking questions: why this happened, why this happened, up to 5 stages in before we can drive down to the root cause of the problem. So we must understand how to use root cause analysis, or think within the root cause analysis. Anything we do, we must have this, ability to dig down the root cause of every problem, not scratching a problem. As a business analyst, we don't scratch a problem, we solve problems. And we solve problems by digging deep down to the bottom of it. We are not leaving any stone unturned when we are trying to solve a problem. And that's why root cause analysis is very key. So have fishbone diagram is one of the popular technique in root cause analysis. Then we have critical thinking, skill in objectively analyzing and evaluating complex situations to develop informed conclusion. Ability to question assumption, assess risk, and foresee potential outcome. So it means looking at situation more critically. Analyze, that's mainly complex solutions. We need to assess a lot of variables within the situation critically. So it's still part of critical thinking, it's still part of applying all these root cause analysis, gap analysis, different model. This time we apply different model of analysis in order to solve these problems. In business analysis, we don't rely on one technique, we rely on diverse approach to make sure we solve that problem. That means we become critical about a situation. So when you have a critical problem, we apply critical thinking, applying different method. Not only critical thinking, we have creative problem solving. At times we need to think outside the box. We have to go outside the all the available techniques in order to solve a problem. That's what we mean creative problem solving. And this kind of approach is very much welcome in Agile approach. So Agile encourages us to think outside the box. Don't just confine yourself with a plan, or confine yourself with a technique or approach. You must be this way. This is the way the Scrum guide said, or this is the way this methodology said, or this is the way Prince 2 said. We think outside the box. That's being creative in solving. So capacity to generate innovative solution to complex business challenges. Skills in brainstorming, employing lateral thinking to explore alternative solutions. So that's why business analysts, we work so much in agile environment. We love agile environment because agile environment will give you the opportunity to explore. You explore all the opportunities, available alternatives, solutions available. So you don't limit yourself to any approach. You don't limit yourself to some set of solution or technology. And that's how we come about creating these complex applications we are seeing today. Most of the applications or most of this technology we are seeing today, most of them comes out of creative problem solving. All these applications we see, the way we get them is through trial and error. We try different coding, we mix match code, we do code this way to see the result is going to bring out. At times we mix different, we have to mix different programming languages. At times we mix JavaScript with Python to see the outcome. At times we mix JavaScript with PHP. This trying a lot of things, just like mixing colors, trying to see the best color that will come out. That is creative problem solving. So that does not require any particular kind of methodology or any kind of technique. You just have to start brainstorming and trying different things. That's the work called creative problem solving, thinking out of box. And decision making, ability to weigh evidence, evaluate multiple perspectives, and make informed decision. Proficiency in using or utilizing decision-making frameworks such as cost-benefit analysis, SWOT analysis to assess options. So a business analyst, we help the chief executives, the business leaders, directors, we help them to make informed decision. And making informed decision, we must be able to have good knowledge of how to use different framework to be able to generate ideas that can help in decision making. We must be able to understand the cost and benefit of every decision, every project. That's called cost benefit analysis. You know, making sure that every step we take for the organization, on behalf of the organization, is a viable step. Every solution we are creating is viable solution. Every project we are advising the organization or recommending for the organization is a viable solution. Viability is when the profit outweighs the cost. We all know what SWOT analysis. We must leverage on, our strengths at every point. We have to identify strengths, company strengths. Every small project we are undertaking, we must understand the strengths. We must understand the market, the strengths, the weakness. We must always work towards, solidifying or strengthening our weaknesses. So these are the things we need to understand in terms of decision making. And adaptability. As a business analyst, you have to be flexible. Flexible in approach in looking for solution. If you confine yourself to one method, like when you are coming out now, you see Mr. Charles said that the way to solve a problem is gap analysis. I'm using gap analysis because we are just entering this business analysis. There are so many ways, so many approaches in business analysis. But gap analysis is the most common and the easiest way to get to understand how to solve problems as a business analyst, identifying the gaps. But that's not the only way. So you have to be flexible, trying different ways. Like I said, we have root cause analysis. We have so many methods. We have a lean method in business analysis, understand how to apply all this. Well, it's a bit advanced, but as we are progressing as business analysts, some of us are going to take the path of, trying to understand lean or trying to understand Six Sigma. So these are areas we need to take further advanced courses, but by then we must have become business analysts. So some of these, like most organizations, they are very happy to know that you do understand Six Sigma very well, because Six Sigma dealt on how to, on process improvement, and Lean is on waste reduction. So if you are good at process improvement and waste reduction, that is another good way. So you have to think of so many ways, not only identifying gaps. After identifying gap, what else? You need to improve on the process. You need to reduce waste within the process. These are different ways, have to be versatile. So these are skills in responding to new information or changing condition with agility. Capacity to adjust problem-solving approach to suit different business environment and evolving requirement. So you need to be flexible. Although in waterfall, it's a bit rigid, trying to change. But we'll still handle that. And that's why companies are embracing agile project management. So that when it comes to that area of adaptability, agile approach will take care of that, because agile is very, very flexible. Collaboration. Ability to work effectively with cross-functional team to develop and implement solutions. You business analysts, you work with teams. You see, work with project managers, work with developers, work with quality assurance, work with different type of, professionals. And we'll call them cross-functional team. So you must be able to, have that mindset that if you are not a social person, it's going to be a bit difficult, because you are not going to be working alone. You must know how to collaborate, be a good team player, a good team member. Is very, very key to display this level of sportsmanship while working as a business analyst. You have to be very proficient in facilitating discussion, gathering input, and driving consensus opinion to solve business problems. So that's collaboration. You must be able to, be able to collaborate very well is very, very important. Another key skill here is communication, which is part of this collaboration. So communication, you must have good communication skill. This will help you to manage your stakeholders very well. Under communication skills, have stakeholder management, strong verbal and written communication skills to interact with diverse stakeholders. So you must be very flexible in your communication approach. You must understand how to use verbal communication. You must understand how to use written communication to interact with different stakeholders. Some people, you don't, all they need is their reports. So you must know how to write good report. Some people, you need to talk them through. That is verbal communication. And communication, you have to understand what is communication. Communication is not just good English. It's good if, for instance, we are living in an English-speaking country. Yeah, good English is important, but it's not about good English. Because as a business analyst, you work in a global set, you are a global figure. We know that prominent developers today, most of the prominent developers the world are using because they are very good, they are skillful, and they are affordable, are Indians. So if you have worked with them, so many of them, it's difficult to hear. They speak English, but their accent is difficult to, if you are not work with them, you are going to struggle. Not only that, in Europe, every part of Europe, they are not speaking English. We have some people speaking French. We can get contract from China. We can get contract from Japan. Some of these people, they might find out that, yeah, they are speaking English, but the level of their level of English might be, if you are not careful, you might not really understand what they are saying. So if you come to this arena, some people from India, and you are trying to speak, I'm not saying Indians don't speak good English. I'm just based on what my observation. They've got accent that you struggle. And Chinese as well. Some of them, they speak English. They speak English, but some of them, their English will not be so fluent. So you must find a way to communicate to these people to understand what you are saying. If you are working with some Nigerians here, so many of us don't speak good English. So many of us don't even listen to or hear good English. If you at a point here that you have to use pidgin English, why not use pidgin English? The main thing is that the both parties are understanding. The communication is two-way thing. When you send something, is you give and receive. When you are saying and the person you are talking to, they are not responding because there is no communication. So the one I'm saying is you walk around the world solving problems. So you are going to meet different diverse people. You must find a way to communicate with them strongly in order to deliver a project. So that is good communication. So, and like I say here, interact with diverse stakeholders. Ability to convey complex technical concepts in a clear and understandable manner. Good. You can See some people here, they speak good English, they understand good English, they do everything, but they do not understand these technical languages we are using. Some people do not understand what Scrum Master is. Some people do not understand what Product Owner is. Some people do not understand what Scrum even is. Sprint, product backlog, user story, acceptance criteria. This is our language. But they don't understand it. They can be part of the project. They can even be the product or the project sponsor. Who tells that the project sponsor must understand what user story is? You come and start telling the user story is this. They do not understand this. That is what we call technical language. As a business analyst, you should be able to convert technical language into business language. Business language is business everybody understands and enjoy and do business. And developers do not really understand their requirements in business language. They do not understand it that way. You need to convert that business language, that is business requirement, into technical requirement. If you're telling a developer, I want a website with this feature, this, they do not understand all those features. This I want a big website that you have to start writing it in user stories. If you do not write it in user stories, they are not going to understand it. Even if they understand it, that is not the best practice. So if you are creating a product backlog for developers to work on, you have to translate it from business requirements to technical requirements so that developers can understand it very well. And when job is done, you have to translate it from technical requirements to business requirements. So that is it. Ability to convey complex technical concepts in a clear and understandable manner to different types of stakeholders. And part of the communication is facilitation. Some people might think it's very easy to organize a workshop. It's not easy. To facilitate a workshop is not easy as you think. So many of you have been joining my meeting, my teaching, my facilitation all the time. Every evening you join, we talk, we chat, everybody will go home, I will entertain you, you laugh. But when they ask you to do that, you find out that it's not as easy as you are thinking. So it's not that easy as you are thinking. So I don't want you people to take that for granted, because if you take it for granted, it's going to mess you up. Facilitation is, I've had a class which we've been together for like 2 months, and then I have to force them to start everybody. It's just because you guys are too many. If not that, I would have forced everybody to come and do presentation. Everybody must do a presentation. Find out that some people, this is chance they are they are dealing with all the time. Now come and collect requirement, do requirement gathering from chance. They start panicking. And why are you panicking? It's me, it's less. But if you see they panic at this point, what more at the organizational level where they have big stakeholders, big men? So it's not as easy as you think. Facilitating workshop is not. So I've got a guy, a young business analyst. here in UK. This is live, true life story. This guy got this job, and eventually it's time to gather requirement. The guy going to be, workshop to gather requirement via workshop. Going to be a lot of stakeholders where he will present, and then they will ask questions, and then he will equally ask questions. Yeah, collaborative, interactive session. And when he came and set up everything and saw the amount of stakeholders that turned up, the guy panicked and excused himself to use the toilet. And from the toilet, the guy disappeared and never came back to that job again. So it's because the guy lacked this facilitation skill. So facilitation skills is the skills in facilitating meeting, workshop, and discussions to gather requirement and drive consensus. You have to practice, try to participate. Don't just be a backbencher. Try to talk, try to ask questions. That's the way to start building this capacity to facilitate very well. Enjoy being in a group workshop. These are the things you need to start practicing. So his ability to manage diverse viewpoints can guide conversation towards productive outcome. So different people with different viewpoints, you are meant to capture the requirement, the productive outcome. You see someone is talking from this mouth, another person is saying different things, if you are not good enough, there are times the meeting will derail. You see people will start arguing and saying it's not easy. So because everybody will want to make sure that their opinion is being heard, everybody wants his opinion to be respected, even if he's not making the point you want. So these are things we need to try to understand in facilitation. These are part of communication skills. Part of communication is presentation. Proficiency in creating and delivering compelling presentation, ability to articulate finding and recommendation in both technical and non-technical audience. It's very, very important to be able to present. If you are in an office, you have to learn how to present. In a physical office, you use whatever equipment, machine they use to present. It might be difficult at some point or when you are beginning. Today, these days, they don't longer use this, like now in my office, we use TV, large screen TV. That's what we use to do our presentation. And all you need to do is you cast from your laptop to the big TV, and you start presenting from the big TV everybody is seeing, and that's the popular way of presenting. If you are working remotely, you are going to be sharing your screen so much. So you should be able to learn how to present just the way I'm presenting, using different technologies. Like this is Google Meet I'm using. You should be able to know how to use, they're all the same thing, Zoom, Team, all these things. Some you might think is easy. Well, it's easy if you want to learn, or if you But if you don't try, if you don't practice and think it might not be easy for you if you don't do some practice. It's a very important skill in business analysis because you are going to be presenting all the time. A business analyst, you talk a lot. Because all you do is talking to stakeholders, gathering requirements as you are talking to stakeholders. So you are talking to developers, you are talking to the business team, you are talking to the technical team. That's how you'll be doing it. So, and to do all this talking, you need presentation, you need facilitation, and above all, active listening. You need to listen well in order to capture this requirement. Active listening, we'll talk about that. You must be patient enough to listen to your stakeholders, even if you feel that they are blabbing. You must have good active listening, capacity to listen attentively to understand stakeholders' perspective and concern. So many of us don't have that patience. They even interrupt some stakeholders where they are talking because they are not making points. So it's important to be an active listener. Or even if you are having an interview, when somebody is talking, even if you are the hiring manager, if you be able to give active listening. Some people have seen so many situations where some hiring managers, if they feel you are not telling them what they just cut you, well, that is wrong. That's not good. So active listening is good. Skill in asking probing question to clarify requirements. So you should be able to tailor your problem that will generate, the kind of answers you need. If you want a set of answer, you must be able to tailor your question. There's a way you tailor your question, customize your question, it will just hit and get the result for you. But if you come and start asking irrelevant questions, it's going to be difficult. So we have other skills that we need to, like technical skills. Being that you mix with a lot of technical group, like developers, you must have this technical skill. And you do a lot of designing, you design solution, you require technical skills. And that's why they say some companies will specifically state that they are looking for technical business analysts. Business analysts that have the understanding of software development life cycle, knowledge of the phases of this software development, and how business analysis integrate into the software development life cycle. We already know about project stages, project life cycle. It's always that software development. If you are working in software where you have to do the initiate stage, design stage, execute stage, closure stage. These are life cycle. So you must have good knowledge of all these life cycle, how they integrate all this life cycle, how they all get integrated to become one. Data modeling, ability to create and understand data models to represent business information. And then proficiency, familiarity with business analysis tools such as requirement management tool, diagramming tool, and collaborative or collaboration platform. We already should have this one. We already have all this one. We have all this requirement management tools, diagramming tools, collaborative tools. We're already using them. And basic programming knowledge. You don't need to be a programmer, you know, but at least you must understand how simple coding looks like, you know, understand our basic programming concepts to communicate effectively with development team. If you are a total novice, you don't, that's why at some point as we're growing, it's good to take up some little programming, even if you don't need to dive in, just understand basic programming like HTML. These are basic programming that even small children in primary school are beginning to teach them HTML. So it's good to understand this basic programming. When I started, I didn't know anything about programming. I didn't know anything about I like so many of you know, I started from finance. I studied finance. But when I finished my master, I find out that really it's not programming is not part of what we are taught at the university at the master's level. I have to go out of my way to start learning programming, and over time I started enjoying it and I started going deeper. I wanted to just understand basic programming, but I have to go deeper from even just HTML and CSS to start understanding PHP and start understanding JavaScript, Java script, Node.js, React.js, and that's how I came to, you know, start understanding coding at, you know, and it's been a good journey. So at this point, it might be, well, nobody says that you need to be a programmer, even if you do not understand, but it's going to be difficult to work with all these developers and you do not understand anything they are talking about. If you write user stories, that's basics of trying to, because all these user stories, you should be learning how they are converting their user story into a code, a line of code or lines of codes. But this is for technical. Most these days, every business analyst are becoming technical. There's those days we used to say technical business analyst and business analyst. Business analyst, you just don't have much to do with technicalities. You just go capture mostly business analyst. Your scope is within the initiate stage where you have to do all the analysis and do the business case. That is the report, and there most cases that is where your job ends. But as the market is becoming competitive, a business analyst, you need to be very technical as well. It's no longer just business as usual where you just do analysis and write reports. So you need to be part of the solution designing as well. Interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills, this is negotiation skills, adaptability skills, empathy, and influence. Under negotiation, this is the ability to negotiate and find compromise in situation with conflicting stakeholders' interests. So you must, we treated this in project management as well, for project managers. You business analysts, you find out that you are trying to solve a problem that cut across two departments. Like for instance, you're solving a problem that cut across sales department and finance department. Most of the time, these departments you always see you see the two the overlapping each other's in a way, because when people are making sales, invoices will start be going to finance department. They need to check all the invoices within their own ERP system. So you find out maybe they want a unified solution where both departments can be working on one system. You might find conflicting. The finance department might say we want this, the sales department might say we want this. At that point, you are talking with two big men. You're talking about, we are speaking with the finance, maybe let's say finance manager and sales manager. If most of them are maybe within the same rank in that organization. So you must know how to negotiate between these two big men. You know, all you need to do is try to apply best practices, things you do. And mind you, you are a consultant as well. You try to be influential so that they understand that you are not there to take whatever they say. You are there as well to guide them, to help them solve problems as a consultant, not to just be taking whatever they say. So you must find a way of balancing conflicting interests like this. Adaptability. Flexibility to adapt to changing project requirements and priorities. Openness to learning new technologies and methodologies. That's being flexible, that's being adapting to different environments. You are a business analyst, yes, you should be very flexible and know that as a business analyst, you are very much open to understanding new technologies. Some of us feel, you know, when somebody is trying to teach you new, that a business analyst doesn't mean that you know everything. You learn every day. And when there is chances of learning new things or technology, be open, have open mind to learn. It's not going to hurt you to learn new things. As a matter of fact, it's going to enrich you that you are learning new things. Or some people, when you feel that I can't be taught by this person, there is a junior. No. When it comes to new ideas, new technologies, you must be flexible, be open-minded. Then we have empathy, ability to understand, empathize with the perspective and challenges of stakeholders. It's very, very important to apply empathy in a lot of things we do, not only as a business analyst, but as a human. You know, empathy is very good. So that's the only way to make our organization better. So when you are trying to develop, working on solution, there are some people within the organization, they might not have that high power to call the shots, or you don't look down on such people. For instance, you have people working within the process. You have to empathize with them, understand that these people are going to be using this solution you are implementing for the rest of their days, as long as they are within this organization. So try to let them know what is going on. So many of them, when new changes are coming, they are already scared. The chances of them losing their job because they might be requiring new skills in order to use the new technology. Or some companies, they bring new technology and they sack. If the current people working within the organization, those who are not fast enough to learn the new technology, they will show them the door and employ more people. So it has happened, and these are some of the situations where some of them will become so scared when there is new technology. So you must show empathy to such stakeholders like people working within the processes. So have influence, skill in influencing stakeholders to adapt recommended solutions. You must be influential. When you are recommending solution, you must be able to convince stakeholders that this solution is very good. It's going to be not going to be a good reputation on you that all the time you recommend solution, they don't take your solution. It's not good. It's not going to be good for you or your own personality in the organization. So you must know how to influence stakeholders to, buy into your solution. Call it stakeholder buy-in. We talk about buy-in. You need to be influential in order to do that. Ability to build consensus and drive decision making. So that's about influence. You must have this charisma, to help them to talk stakeholders into adopting your idea, your solution. It's very important. Then business knowledge. So business knowledge here, we have industrial knowledge, we have business acumen, and we have risk management. Under industrial knowledge, understanding of the specific industries or domain in which the business operates. And awareness of industry trend, regulation, and best practices. If your organization is in logistics, let's say transport and logistics, you must understand that industry very well. You must understand the market very well. You must understand the competitors within that industry very well. You must understand the way they do their things. You must understand relevant technologies within that industry very well. Because this is the way you have to work to understand how your organization, everything you are doing is to make your organization grow where within that industry, lead within that industry, navigate challenges within that industry. You have a competitive advantage, top on the trend, lead within that industry. Regulation, make sure you are highly compliant within all the relevant regulation and best practice within all these industries. If you don't have knowledges like that, you're not going to work. Like, for instance, some of you here have just finished finishing your internship in transport and logistics, but so many of us do not. They just think you are just there so that Go Kabu will go to your CV. No, if you are not learning to understand how transport and logistics works around the world, then you are not doing yourself a favor, because these are some of the things you have to understand in the industry. Transport, you spend all the time, but you do not understand the competitors. If you do not understand who are our major competitors, you do not understand who have Bolt, you do not have Uber, you do not understand who have InDrive, you do not understand the market sentiment, the market trend, what are the latest. So, we are transport and logistics. So, and these are some of the things you need to understand. You need to understand the kind of technologies we are using. If somebody now tell you, you said you work with transport and logistics, Do you know anything about supply chain? So many of all these things are the things I'm not going to be coming to teach you everything. You're already doing your internship here. It's expected that you learn some certain things on your own about this industry. I'm not going to come and start teaching you transport and logistics, how transport, and we're not going to do that because you're a consultant, you're a graduate, you know. So these are some of the things expected that we should know. So the trend within the market, you read news, read newspapers, you read articles, you know, take article within that industry to understand what's going on, understand various regulations. It's very, very important. For instance, here in UK, within transport and logistics, there's what we call custom clearance. You know, if you are part of the logistics, if you go to what part of what we are doing is, you know, pricing, like delivery. So these are part of the things. If eventually we start growing up, we can even start, you know, doing delivery across border. These are part of the things we need to learn as BAs to make sure that we are compliant. Anything, you are a BA, you are solving problem. Anything that will going to affect us, our business operation, you are working on making sure that everything is optimized and we don't have any problems in any way. There's a lot of regulations within that. Every industry have got their regulations. If you are working as a BA within a bank, you should understand the trend. All this trend in finance, banking and finance. Today we have e-money, mobile money, we have wallets, we have a lot is coming up. We must understand the trend, the market very well. Regulations. All this time, CBN, as a business analyst and you're working within bank, all these regulations, more or less if you're in Nigeria, regulations from CBN, you should understand them very well. But so many of the people, so many of the bankers in Nigeria, they do not even understand all these regulations because every day all they do is chasing targets. Everybody in banking in Nigeria, they're all marketers, chasing targets, and that's why the banking is no longer flourishing, and new entrants and technology are trying to take over from the giants. All the giants are not doing well, you know, because they are not doing what they are not supposed to do. Most of their bankers do not know anything about banking trend. They don't know anything about the industrial. They don't know anything about that domain. They just want to get the only thing you know that they're giving them 2 billion naira target. This is meet my target. I meet target. But what the people really need, they do not even understand that the people's customers' appetites have changed. They don't even know what's the trend, what the trend looks like. So as a business analyst, you must understand that domain very well. And that's why I try to understand different domains. And the more you understand different domains, the more stronger you become as a business analyst. Like now, this opportunity you have, you do your internship here, understand transport and logistics in Nigeria and globally. Very use that opportunity, understand it. So if you find yourself in some interview where the hiring manager is a bit, versatile. Some people, because they see what you put in your CV, they might just forget about your technical, you know how to do. They start discussing about the market trend. You say the work here, you start to ask me about the market trend, and they find out that you don't know anything about the market trend, and you find yourself struggling. We have this business, not only industrial business acumen, ability to comprehend the broader business context and align solution with organizational goal. You must equally think like a businessman. Understand every business must have a vision. Every solution you are providing for them must align to their strategic objective. Strategic objective. The organization, so many non-governmental organizations, they are not profit making. So you must make sure that everything aligns to their strategic objective. Not if you are driving process for high profit making, they might not be what they are looking for, because they are not profit making organization. They might be charity organization. You must understand their goal. To be honest with you, it's only in our place in Nigeria that even the non-governmental, even NGO, everybody is trying to make profit. But I've seen here so many charity organizations, they are not interested in profit. They are not. So you must understand their strategic objective. They are making money, the money is coming. There's a lot of grants such companies are enjoying. They use that grants to do different projects. They use grants to, pay good salary to their staff. And that grant is always coming. They have a source for that grant from United Nations, from different governments, from this and that. So their goal, if you are working with them or any of your, for instance, you are doing kind of advertisements of their services, and you are trying to show that you are making profit for them, you might be hurting them. You might not be doing good when your advertisement is a bit of profit oriented for the organization. So the point I'm making here is that you must try to understand business objective. What are they business for? What is their objective? Don't use because you understand the Amazon business objective, you go to Red Cross Foundation. You start applying, you just got a job in Red Cross. You just use all the ideas you got from Amazon to start applying. You are not going to, because they are different organizations. Their strategic objective quite different. The Red Cross have distinguished themselves for their, humanitarian work, even before Amazon them started. Red Cross has been there even before the World War. They have been there before the. So Red Cross, I'm using an analogy here. So you must understand the strategic objective of every organization. So that's the point here, and equally knowledge of financial principles and how they relate to business decisions. So these are some of the things we look at, try to understand. You must have these skills. Some of these skills is just some things you need to learn. You might not, there is no methodology to some of all these skills like business knowledge. All you need is have open mind. You have to read articles, you have to read journals, you have to follow trend, understand how different industry works. And then risk management. You work within projects, and projects are all about risk. So you have to be very good in identifying and managing risk associated with proposed solutions, ability to conduct risk assessment and propose mitigation strategies. So as a business analyst, if you are working in a project and there is risk capture, you are in the best position to handle most of the risk. You are in the best position to handle most of the risk your problems are facing. Like now, let's say this Go Kabu project, you guys are facing risk, a lot of risk. If we have business analysts within the team, yes, and I'm not saying that even project manager, everybody can handle a project manager, risk is part of the change, but business analyst is in the best position to manage risk. Because risk is a problem. And you solve problems. So you must know how to do risk assessment and propose mitigation strategies for different risks. In summary, these skills collectively empower business analysts to excel in their roles, fostering collaboration between business and technical teams and contributing to the success of projects and organizational objectives. Continuous learning and development in this area are essential. It's very, very essential for staying current in the dynamic field of business analysis. Business analysis is very dynamic because we work in a flexible environment. It's dynamic, different solution all the time. You might bring this solution and say this solution. You find out that the solution you are bringing today is no longer working because there's another technology has hijacked the system and is now bringing it. So you have to stay on top of the trend. It's so dynamic, it's keep on changing, so flexible. And that is why business analysts are highly sought after these days. They are among the top careers globally that people are looking for today. You know, project managers are highly sought after, business analysts highly sought after as well. All these people, they are highly sought after. You know, developers as well. You know, all these people, data analysts, all of them are highly sought after. But the business analyst is like a midfielder. You know, so thank you for those who have kept faith consistently. It has been a journey. It's a journey, and for me, I think we've made progress. So thank you, and I'll encourage you to continue to go back and rewatch, try to follow, so you can understand all these things very well. And once you start assimilating, you see yourself being happy with yourself for what you've achieved. So thank you. And if you have question, we're at the point where we can start taking questions. All right. Fadila, you are raising your hand.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you for showing up, sir. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
It's a bit off. It's not on what we have been taught today. So I'd like to ask, sir, I tried to find you on LinkedIn. I could not.
Well, I'm on LinkedIn. My name is Charles Ogo. Just I don't change my name, just the way my name is on Facebook. That's why the way my name is on LinkedIn, everywhere. I don't.
Okay, sir.
Is my name is Charles Ugu everywhere you go. I don't change my name.
Okay, sir.
I'm not the
I'll
person.
check through it, sir. So
Okay.
I don't know if it is possible, sir. I would like to get a recommendation for.
Okay, no problems. I'm in LinkedIn.
Thank you, sir. I'll get to you. My name is Fadila, sir, so that you not forget.
I already called you now, you know.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. Some
Juliet,
of us
how are
are
you?
becoming emotional already. I'm fine, sir. Good evening, sir. This class is kind of making some of us emotional. We don't want it to end, but anything that has a beginning will definitely have an end. So thank you for all you've done so far. May God continue to bless you.
Thank you, Juliet, for your beautiful words and being emotional. We're human, and we over time we develop good relationship here, and we pray that the relationship we develop here will continue to work and do better things for ourselves. This is just the beginning of good things or working together, collaborating. The future of IT in Africa is resting on our shoulder, and that is what I want to tell you people. It's not resting on Charles Ogu's shoulder. It's resting on our shoulder. For the part that we've come this far, over time, if there is again, we should be able to get the part of the benefit. If there is blame, we should be able to take part of the blame for things not be working in our system. So for the fact that you've been through this course, you're a business analyst. So you should be able to use it to solve problems around the world, starting from yourself, your family, your community, your company, and you are a problem solver. You are a change agent, a game changer. That's what you should be anywhere you find yourself. And we should be available to continue to collaborate to make these things happen. That is my own. And for our company, the door is open. Like I said, we are ready to fire to any extent. Like me, I don't go back in anything I start, but it's built on, and we're not going to force anybody to be interested in what we are doing. As me, you know, I'm a bit of arrogant. The arrogance in me is that I'm not going to build a solution or a product that I'm going to beg people to use my product. I want to build a product where my enemies will come and they won't have alternative. They won't have choice than to come and use my product. That you hate me, you will not hate my products. And this is what we are looking for everything we are doing. We are looking at developing products where our enemies will not even have choice. Like, for instance, this GoCap. We are looking at a situation whereby if you don't use it, you are hurting yourself. You are not even doing us a favor by using our product. You are doing yourself a favor. And that is everything we are doing. You know, some of you know that we are not only, this platform is a big company that is going viral. And some of you know that we are expanding from just business school to academy, and we are spreading, and we are bringing more people into the system. So the point I'm making that we are here for ourselves. this academy, if you don't want your child to come to academy, you are not doing also, you are hurting your child. I want a mother or a father that will be hurting the child. You see that all the peers, age within they are all doing very great because you don't want, maybe they don't like Omaricha. They say they are not going to put their child in academy because Omaricha is the principal. They are not doing you a favor. So that is the point I'm making, that we have to be there for ourselves in order to make these things happen. It's our duty. So being emotional is good, but we are not running away from each other. We just initiated a relationship here, so we can build over time to grow and become better. But thank you for being emotional. Mary Cynthia.
All right. Good evening, sir.
Good
My
evening.
name is Omeje Ogechkumeri Cynthia. So, sir, I want to thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Like, this is, I don't know how many people that are doing this. God will continue to bless you, bless your family, bless everything you put your hands on. We are really, really grateful. Like, I really, really appreciate, like, this has really opened my eyes to so many things, and I am grateful. Thank you so much, sir. Then I have one request. I don't know. I don't know if I can, if I have any question or any challenge at some point, if I can actually come to your WhatsApp and ask. Yeah.
Has anybody come to me to ask for question? I've not. I try to give everybody attention, equal attention. Even people that I've not met before. Talk more of you saying that you are my student. I give people, as a matter of fact, I'm a business analyst. I solve people. I drive joy in solving problems. So that is not, you shouldn't even be asking for if you can, because if you have not been asking to ask, a lot of us have been, asking. The highest thing I can tell you is that give me some time if I'm busy. And
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate. God bless you.
you're welcome. So we have Mr. Charles Okoye.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Charles.
Yeah, yes, sir. I want to also lend my voice on the persons and our colleagues here who are thanking you for your generosity. Currently, I'm not even in Abuja. I traveled to village for a burial. But when I saw today that there's a program, I just said, no, I mustn't miss your program because it's like a tonic to me anytime I listen to you, and it has made me to develop a tremendous interest in the IT industry. So I want to thank you for your work to humanity. What you are doing to us is treasured both on earth and in heaven. And I want to tell you that your reward is also in this earth and also in heaven. I want to also tell you that both Go Kabu and every of your projects are my personal project. Because if you can show us this kind of love for Nigerians, to be able to bring them, the Nigerian youths and every of them into the limelight, to come and study technology and follow the global trend, what you have done is noble. And I can even recommend you for a national award for what you have done for us. I am so appreciative, and I'm telling you that this relationship is going to be everlasting. Is going to be everlasting. Your subsequent trainings, I'm already planning to enroll for the paid training to continue to develop myself in the IT industry. So just know that you are a mentor to a lot of us. Just know that. And just like you told the last speaker, that your doors are always open for question, we will explore those doors. Thank you so much, sir. And may the good Lord bless you abundantly, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. You just, I don't know what to report. You don't talk too much, but I know what you're doing within your team. You'll be acting like a father within your team, quietly, and help your team to achieve a lot quietly. I observe that. So all the delegation you'll be leading within your team, going to the airport and things, we all know that. So you keep it up. Nigeria is our own, and all the children we have, we need to make it a better place. Not saying because I'm here, for the fact that I'm always engaging you, I'm always in Nigeria. And I believe in, developing Nigeria and making Nigeria stand out. We can always travel and come back, but now you have to come, we have to be together. So this group we are forming, let it not just be a project group. We can start from something can come out of all different groups we have to become better Nigerians that our children can be proud of. Because you can see now that some of the leaders leading us, so many of us are not proud of them. And we need to change the trend by making sure that our children are going to be proud of us. So thank you. And we have Frank Chibike on the line.
Good evening, sir.
Mr. Frankie, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. To be honest, I don't even know where to start from because I've been listening to others talk, and it's just a roller coaster of emotions here and there. I don't know. I just want to deeply appreciate you. The journey was more than worth it. You exceeded our expectation, and and having to juggle within your busy schedule to ensure that you even took us to the last part of the course is something worth something worth of thanking you for. Have done you have done something that even the government have not been able to do, and so we want to say thank you very much. Thank you, and we will want to assure you that you're going to be proud of this set, especially those of us at Lagos Island. You're going to be proud of us, with what we're going to do with Go Kabu going forward and all of that. You're going to be proud of us, and not just that. In our also success stories, we will always, let you know how we're moving, and I'm sure you'll be proud that these are the people that you mentored. So we just want to say thank you, and may the good Lord reward you immensely. And also, I want to say that this is not goodbye, and we cannot afford not to have this door being open and we having this access whenever occasion calls. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Oh, thank you, Frankie. I really appreciate what you guys are doing in Lagos Island. You guys are really doing a lot, beyond my expectation, and I appreciate you guys, your leadership, and all the team members. You guys have done well. And one thing you mentioned about the success stories is I want to let you people know that this is the time to start even applying and start getting job. All the people that have got job, these are early birds. So this is the time the success story should start flowing. And one thing that is remaining is the time, because all this time I've not, because it's not the time. We don't talk about job like that. We don't talk about employment. We don't talk about CVs in a detailed way or interview. We don't talk about all the. This is the time we have to start talking about all these things. And I want a situation where I want every job, every available job. We can do that. That every available job that comes out from Upwork is going to be, if it's not you, it's going to be one of us that will get that job. You know, and these are what we are going to be doing. It's not, what are they doing there? It's not magic now. So it's about trying to understand what we can look at Upwork as a project and make sure that we optimize it. You guys are business analysts. Find a way to make sure that we suck all the jobs in, and everything will be coming. We want more resources to Nigeria, you know. This is what the Indians are doing. Do you know the amount of money going to India on daily basis from IT? People hiring them, people buying their one IT solution. The whole world is kind of plugged into India in terms of IT. They are making a lot of money from that. Just like the whole world is plugged into China. We can make sure that they are recruiting us. So, but the main thing that, like I said, this is just the beginning. So we will have to explore and explore, and not only explore, develop, build our own. All this application we have here is our own project. All this GoCap belongs to us. I keep saying it does not belong to Charles. So very soon we'll find out. I'll find a way for us to know that it doesn't belong to Charles. It belongs to us. It's our baby. So thank you, Frankie. We'll have Esther Ihanacho. Let's hear from Esther.
Good evening, Mr. Charles. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Mr. Charles, I want to appreciate you for everything. Thank you for going beyond and above to ensure we have a detailed training. Thank you for the mindset reset. I know we started on a rough note in Lagos Island, but today, because of your patience and the way you spoke to us, we are not only doing so well, but we are doing extremely well. Thank you so much for those words you spoke to me that night. It still resonates. Thank you for making it easy for us to transition to IT. And thank you for being a blessing to mankind. God bless you richly. God bless you, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you for everything you said. And above all, for you to recognize that you've transitioned to IT. You know, so many of us do not really believe that some of us don't believe that we are IT professionals now. You know, some of us don't believe that. But it's all about, it works within your mindset. If you have, let me tell you, if you have been a mechanical engineer before now and have done all these things, then you have two careers now. You are a business analyst and you are a mechanical engineer. And you are now you have transited. The reason why you came here is because you want to transit. And I want you to know that you have transited. And For you to transit and make sure you explore this very well, I want you to try to grab this. Don't cling so much in your old career. I'm not saying you should leave it, but don't be so clingy on the old career so that it will not draw you back. Move faster into this new career and see what the future holds. So many of us, like, I talk to them, to you guys, they will say, I'm not ready yet. What do you mean you are not ready yet? You spend your time every evening, every time you are working and working, at the end of the day, you say you are not yet, you say, I want to have some certification. Which certification? You don't need certification. You need knowledge. You need practical knowledge. You need to demonstrate what you will have here. You know, they've not asked me. I've got some certificates. They've never asked me about it. And certification should not be a hindrance. I'm not saying that it's not good, but let me tell you, there is this transitioning. Over time, the hiring managers realize that our university certificates are no longer good. So that is when certification started. So if you finish from university and you don't have any certification, they are not going to listen to you. And that is when the certification started trending. Certification trended, and then the hiring managers started realizing that this certification is not true knowledge. I have to be honest, we have so many companies from India have approached me. They've just asked me, this is the amount of money you need to pay. And the next, they will delete deals. They've been doing it. I try to research and find out that so many project managers that have a PMP certified, they all RNG certification. They can take all the certification for you and you just pay them. Companies doing that. So over time, you know, these people will understand this. So, and then that is when this certification thing, so many of us, you know, certification thing are no longer trending the way you started. And that's when the boot camp, people going to get the real knowledge. And now what they want is for you to demonstrate this real knowledge, real experience, practical knowledge, not certification. We don't hire him now. There's a guy who came, you see the level of certification, this guy, but this guy, the guy was empty with so much certification. Is that so embarrassing that with all this so much certification, you cannot, you know, demonstrate simple knowledge of what you said you. So the point I'm making is that you have transited. What prompting all this is the word transit. I want you to understand you've fully transited. Project manager is a consultancy job. Business analyst is a consultancy job. Is the equivalent of somebody having MBA. MBA is no longer even powerful the way it used to sound. So all these big names so the point here is that you are a consultant. All you need to do is try to, there's what we call value for money or return on investment. We should be thinking of return on investment. This is a big investment. You should be getting returns. Okay, we'll still have other people. Let me not take much time. We'll have Ogechi. It's a Onyewe.
Good evening, Mr. Charles.
Good
Yeah,
evening,
good evening,
everyone.
Gage.
Thank you so much for impacting this knowledge on us. Thank you for everything. God bless you. And for helping us also build team, build family members within ourselves. It's been a wonderful journey. I have a question. Can we still be able to use the free cam? And then the remaining part of the project, we can still finish it up and still present to you, right?
We have not finished the project. I said we're just finishing. You know, when I was started for some time, I paused the training on business analysis so that we can focus on
Yeah.
our project. And I have to come back to finish the training. So it doesn't mean the boot camp program is not yet ended. Like
Okay.
in our CRM project, we are still at the we are just most team are just finishing their initiate stage. Like I know most of the
Yeah.
business cases are available for review. So we have to go back and continue projects. The point I'm making is that we don't have any
Okay.
leftover topics we didn't treat in our training. The training is different from
Okay.
our boot camp, from our projects, I mean internship. The internship is not over,
Okay.
but the training is over. So we have to finish the internship. But if we have any need for me to deliver a workshop on any topic, if I find out that over the time, maybe when you people will be doing requirement design, like your use cases and user stories. So I find out that there is where you guys are struggling, then we can have a little brush up and move on. But officially, all the training, like we finished training on project management, we've still finished training on business analysis. So have all the topic covered. So no one, you are not saying that we are not leaving any topic behind. We've treated all the topic. But the only thing we can do is that if I find out that you guys are still struggling in any topic we've treated, we can have a review of that topic. But we have officially finished the training. So the only thing that is holding us is for you people to finish your project. I know the next thing we need to do is the expansion project. I have to come and review what we have done in the expansion project, and we can close that. You know, I find that some people did not recruit even drivers, good and fine. Some people recruited even beyond what we expected, still good. So, but we cannot say because you didn't recruit and we are still waiting for you to recruit. Not, every project has a beginning, it must have an end. So we have to review our work and then move on. So that is where we are
Okay,
now.
sir.
So that's it. So we are still in the
Thank you very much, sir.
boot camp, and very soon the boot camp is coming to an end. Everybody knows that, sure, but we are not yet done. But the training is, we are closing we finished the training today. I'll have a days in
Okay, sir.
also.
Okay, Mr. Charles. Yes, thank you so much for this opportunity. I thank you so much for the classes, all the knowledge you've impacted, and also these practical hands-on exercises or activities that we've taken part in. Though most of us might not be so good, or maybe we did not meet your expectation, but we are really grateful for the opportunity. Thank you so much. Then my question is this: I have this startup company that is looking for a CRM. So I wanted to ask if CRM Niger is ready for use. They are looking for a CRM because they found out that most of all these foreign CRMs that they do not have Nigerian numbers that they can use for marketings and sales. So they are asking or looking for a CRM. So I wanted to know if the CRM Niger project, if it is ready for use, or how long will it take for it to be ready to use? Thank you so much once again.
You said the CRM Nigerian project.
CRM Niger project, that's the one that we are working on, the one that that is still at the initial stage.
Okay. Anyway, the CRM at the initial stage is a project we're implementing for Gokabu. Is not a CRM for that we is not for, it's not a software as a service. I know what we are thinking that we're implementing software as a service where other companies can start using our CRM system. Is that?
Yes. That was what I was thinking.
No. The CRM we're implementing is for Gokabu as a company to use. We have a CRM system we've been working on, but I just put it on a hold for now. So, which because I don't want we can't put all our hands in the mouth at the same time. It's too much. So that's why I put it on a hold. It's on hold for now. We'll have a lot of projects. We'll have in the incubator, which is coming up. Equally, we'll have a project like Zoom, like this we are using now to have a meeting, which we're almost done. Because I believe most of the things I do is teaching and is video conferencing. It's costing a lot of money for me. And now we are now employing a lot of teachers that are going to be teaching remotely, paying for this Zoom, because the classes are not going to be 40 minutes classes, it's going to be 2 hours classes. It means that all of them are going to get enterprise version of Zoom or Team, which is a lot of money. So we are going to, that's why I started that. It's going to be available so that we can even be using it for ourselves. Even if we are not using it to make money, we can use it. I know how much we are paying using this Zoom, using this Team. So we are looking at replacing them with our own very soon. So these are some of the technologies we have in our incubator that is coming up. But like they say, the CRM system is not ready, but there's a lot of things. So if we are within our ecosystem, any technology we can bring back home, we are bringing them back home. That's the only thing I can tell you. So Ade, stay tuned to see whatever is coming. And the startup company, there's a lot of good CRMs in the market. Even if they don't have money to pay for CRM, they can start from free CRM system like HubSpot. Is free, but at some point you have to start paying. But if they have investors, they have good investors already, they can start like Dynamics 365. They can start from there. It's pay as you go. So it depends on, it's not so costly. So, but if you need more advice,
it's not about the money that a problem. They are talking about for the code callers. They are looking for code callers. That's the Nigerian. They don't offer Nigerian numbers. Most of them use, for example, the ones that are based in US use US numbers. So the code callers that are in the marketing team are looking for a CRM that will offer them Nigerian numbers to make their calls and all that. That's it.
Okay. Anyway, no problem. Maybe you can chat me. You can talk about that later.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problems. The last but not the least, Laura has been a veteran in this our ecosystem in Abuja. Laura has been doing very well there.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Hmm.
Still on appreciation, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your selflessness. Thank you for everything you've been doing. Thank you. Because sometimes when I look at myself and I see how I went from not knowing anything in both project management and business analysis to almost becoming a pro, I don't know what to say, but I just know it's because of you, and then no, God first and then you. So thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I truly appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you for your dedication. You really hungered to become this, and I'm happy you've achieved it. You know, because I know the time you really want to do this, you can do it, and your friend is really doing well. And I think that's part of your motivation. And yeah, so that's very good, you know, for being committed and achieving it. Well done. And
Thank you, sir.
yeah, we have Somi Might. Somi Might is a one-man squad, you know. Yeah. Somi Might, you can have the floor.
Good evening, sir. So can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Most of in fact, all of my colleagues, they have already give their vote of thanks in some areas that are related to, of course. But there is one thing I want to thank you for. Sir, I want to thank you for being a father. You know, my former boss that I work with made me to understand that if you have a boss, you don't need to disturb him or her in the night. But in your own case, sir, it gets level where you go reach me, my head go just dey stopped. And I will shut you up around 1, 2. Sir, you will still reply me. That one alone is a wonderful thing to me. I want to thank you. It's only fathers that can allow such a thing to happen. So thank you for what you have done to us so far. On behalf of Imo State chapter, we are thanking you. There's one thing I told you that as for Go Kabu here in Imo State, it has come to stay. No matter what it's going to cost. And I thank God, with the help of God, we are achieving it. So thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it. And the promise that I'm going to give you, by the special grace of God, we are going to achieve Go Kabu here in Imo State. As far as Imo State is concerned, it's going to stand. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Somi. You really gingering your team very well. You're really a good team lead for the way you motivate them, and you keep it up. And I believe you as a young man, you go in places with the kind of selflessness, the way you handle your team. And I'm happy you are at this point, because I remember when you joined, I know most of you by your name, and you are among the last people that have closed the window to this program.
Yes, sir.
And you are crying, you want, this is your life. I said, okay. And I want to see more. I want this to say that this is going to define your. I really want to see you to be doing well as an IT consultant. You have to stand out as well. So thank you, everyone. We are a team, a formidable team. And like I said, the journey just begins. It starts from here. So, and you try as much as you can to let us carry one another along. some of us might not be as fast as others, but we can always be finding a way to, if we are moving, try to carry others along. If you get a job, try to know when next the company is recruiting. If they are recruiting, recommend your friend from here. That way, we get there. Nobody is going to take your own job. So don't think that somebody will come to the company where you are working and take over your job. So that way we grow. But if you get a job and you don't want anybody to know because you don't want anybody to, well, it doesn't, the point is that we are a team. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I'm here.
I hear
Yes,
now.
Yes, sorry for the break in transmission.
yes, we can hear you,
My
sir.
laptop was not charging, so and I didn't remember the battery just about. I've just plugged it in now. So I've almost finished what I want to say. So thank you. If you're having challenges and we will still be here, and the next thing we have to do is to, we have to start creating more CVs, like the CVs we have with project coordinator. We have to create proper project manager, business analyst CV, and then go get this job wherever these jobs are hiding. That is the next thing. And we are going to be doing this while our projects are still going on. So thank you, and see you very soon.
Thank you, sir. Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Remain blessed, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
sir.
sir, Mr. Charles. Thank you, everyone.
Mm.